here at White Sand Dunes National Monument in New Mexico. And although this looks like a beach without the water, oddly it looks familiar. A lot of the sand is this really white color. And now our beach at home, that's all mostly quartz and a mineral called potassium feldspar. However, this sand is very different. So this sand is not even hot to hold, even though it's over 100 degrees where I am right now. This is the mineral gypsum. So if I could describe the little pieces, normally you see these little rounded kind of sand grains. Well, sand is not a thing. Sand is really just the size. And the size of the pieces of mineral gypsum that are on my hand are sand sized. So that's why it's called the white sands. It's selenite gypsum, which is sand sized. But because the selenite gypsum has a cleavage pattern to it, you don't see the little rounded pieces. They're actually like little pointy parts, almost like really tiny sticks of bubble gum, as it was explained to me. I thought that was a really good way to put it. But yeah, that's what this looks like. It looks like I have a whole bunch of very tiny grains of gum stuck to my hand, but that's all because that is just the gypsum. So, and this is about 75 square miles. All of this gypsum comes from the surrounding bedrock. So all around us there are mountains, and those mountains contain the mineral gypsum. And so when it rains or when the water goes through, it carries that gypsum down and into these fields. There's 2 lakes somewhere around here, but I'm a little turned around. And then the water, as it's trying to make its way somewhere, it's so hot here that the water will evaporate. And the water can evaporate, but it is not hot enough to actually evaporate out the gypsum. So the gypsum gets left behind in these big crystals. And then the wind, which is pretty common here, the wind erosion is huge here. So as the wind keeps blowing, it breaks down these big giant chunks of gypsum, maybe as big as my arm, and it breaks them down into this sand that's obviously much smaller, but pretty.